What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with our Week 7 waiver wire video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop waiver wire content, rankings coming soon, ton of other fantasy football content you guys want to stick around and stay tuned for to beat your friends and family in fantasy football. Let's just hop into the waivers right off the bat. So my number one quarterback streamer, you got to scroll for him a little bit. Jimmy Garoppolo faces off against Kansas City this week. He'll have to continue to throw the ball. Was solid this last week. Obviously, he had 2 picks, but if you take those out, had a pretty good game and hasn't been murdering you most of these weeks. So I think my streamer of the week will probably be Jimmy G against Kansas City. They'll have to put up points in that one. Moving on, I think my number one waiver wire ad for this week would probably be Latavius Murray with the events we saw last night. I think he'll probably be the starter moving forward for the Denver Broncos. Not a great offense in general, though, but Mike Boone should also be added in leagues. Another name I should throw out there is Kenyon Drake. With the injuries that we saw to J.K. Dobbins, he just has had his knee seized up. Obviously not good, but Kenyon Drake was very effective in the role in the second half when he wasn't. So I think he is definitely worth an ad. I'm not saying it'll sure be him. I think Gus Edwards should be rostered in leagues as well. He should return soon, and he could be involved. But yeah, there's a lot of backs in that backfield right now that I think are worth owning just because it's such a high-value backfield if they're the guy, and you hope that it's not just a full RBBC running back by committee. But those are the names I have to keep my eye on for now at the running back position. Latavius would probably be my top ad personally. At the wide receiver position, if he's out there in some leagues, Rondale Moore with the injury to Hollywood got a good amount of targets. Obviously, Hopkins will be back, but still, they're going to need more than just him. They trade for Robbie Anderson. If he's out of their league, I think he's worth an ad as well. I don't know if he's going to, just turn things around though all of a sudden now that he's there. They did give up 2 draft picks to get him though, even if they weren't high draft picks. Another name I'll throw out there, I stashed him right before last week started, Wan'Dale Robinson. Only played 23% of snaps, but had 4 targets in this game, which is actually a pretty good number when you consider how many routes he ran. And I think that number just goes up. He's, drafted by this coaching staff actually, and, looks solid at least. And I think with just the current nothing on their depth chart, he's definitely worth an ad to me. Another guy I'll throw out there, the tight end position, I would go after is Robert Tonyan. If you look at his targets, 12 targets this last week, 10 receptions, 90 yards. Randall Cobb is out. Rodgers trusts him. You could do a lot worse, I think, at the tight end position. Obviously, he's not the most inspiring ad, but I do think he is worth an ad. This week, another player I'll throw out there for the defenses, I think this week is Jets against Denver. Russ had hurt his hamstring last night, has that torn lat, just a lot of things going wrong for them. They don't even have a starting running back, really. We just saw the Jets shut down Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So I think they're worth an ad. I do think the Dolphins are worth an ad against Pittsburgh if you need somebody else. But yeah, that's going to conclude this week's waiver wire episode. Not a ton of players out in the waiver wire this week, kind of a weak week personally, but still you can improve your roster. And if you guys have any fantasy football questions, let me know in the comments down below. Who to start, who to sit, who to cut, anything like that. Who to add in your league, I can help you guys out. So if you have any questions, just let me know down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and please, please, please subscribe. This has been Fantasy Joe. Until next time, peace out.